Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amber Lee, and I am talking to you from the Flinders Ranges in South Australia, which is, it's very cold here at the moment, which I know it is there for you as well. And so I live in a country town of about 400 people. So I started my Jeunesse business about 18 months ago. I am a stay-at-home mum of two beautiful little girls. And, was really looking for something else to give us a little bit more of extra income and something that I could do around my kids that wouldn't actually take me away from my children, because my main goal was to spend as much time with them as I could. So I was introduced to Jeunesse and just started using the products at home and also in my home business, which is massage and beauty. And I had a massive amount of interest in purchasing the products. So I started selling those products at retail, and it just took off from there. And I went to one of our Australian conferences and really saw the vision of Jeunesse and what it can actually do for people and how it can change their lives. And, so many people are struggling these days, and I just didn't want to continue to struggle. And I really, really didn't want to go back to work and put my kids into any kind of childcare. So I have since then gone full bore into Jeunesse and have not looked back. It's providing us with a great lifestyle now, and I've earned some really fun trips out of it as well, which is really fantastic. So what I'm going to do today is just share my screen so you can see my presentation, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of time at the end for any questions, but you can always go back to Francesca or Marguerite and have a bit of a chat with them about it. And you can always connect with us at a later stage as well. So let me share my screen. Okay, can I just have confirmation that has come up for you guys?
Yes, the purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yes, it's up.
Good. Okay, so as I said, this is Jeunesse Global, and we are Generation Young because we focus on helping people to stay young, to look young, to feel young on the inside and the outside. So Jeunesse is all about looking younger. We just have a massive amount of fun in Jeunesse, and I want to show you that by some of the little snaps that I have here of myself, my family, and some of the Jeunesse trips that we've been on. Down at the bottom right there, you'll actually see me with Wendy Lewis, who's one of the founders and the owners of Jeunesse Global. So, and they're just like a grandma and grandpa of the company. They're so down to earth, and they've just built this company to try and help other people around the world live the lives that they want to live and not struggle financially. So when I started, I actually had no idea that this business would come with so much fun, but our international team, which is called J-Fire International, know how to have a lot of fun. And we have a massive amount of support in our team. We have team structures that we plug people into. And if you plug into these team structures and follow what the leaders have set up for us, you cannot fail in this business. So what we don't focus on is going out and selling bucket loads of products. If you're anything like me, you actually don't like selling, and I am not a big seller, but I can talk about my story and I can talk about Jeunesse, and that's what it's all about. We're not going out there to do a hard sell or anything like that, which puts a lot of people off when you talk to them about direct sales. So that's something that is really exciting about Jeunesse. We're quite different in that regard. So what we're going to do is cover a few things in regards to, sorry, is there somebody vacuuming? Can we just maybe mute out a little bit? maybe if everybody can mute their side of things, that's brilliant. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about today's facts and trends, what the solution is in 2015, the Jeunesse products, the compensation plan, and how you can get involved. So as we all know, people are finding it really tough to make ends meet these days. You know, there's no job security anymore. It doesn't matter where you work. You can be laid off tomorrow. And those that do have jobs are spending so much time at their jobs that they're not having any quality time with their families. And people aren't happy with that anymore. They're not happy working working 50, 60 hours a week to make their boss rich. So people are really looking for a plan B. And even if you do work those 40 years, 9 to 5 hours a week, only 5% of people who do that can actually afford to self-fund their own retirement. And only 1%. Okay, sorry, can you just mute out your side so that we can just concentrate on the presentation just for now, and then we can put everyone back in and have some questions a bit later on. I'm not sure who's talking in the background there.
Fine.
Okay, I'm going to try my best to actually speak over that noise, but if you can hear me, if you can click mute on your computer so that we can actually just concentrate on the presentation, that would be really great.
Nicole, sorry, Amber, I'm just going to interrupt here. Nicole?
Hi.
Nicole? Yeah, please just click mute on your screen so we don't hear the background noises. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Marguerite. Okay, so as I was saying, out of 100 people working 9 to 5, like so many do, it's just normal to people. At the age of 65, only 1% will be considered wealthy. So those people, the rest of the percentage are looking for a plan B, because who wants to live, off the government, or who wants to live on basically no money, because you can't afford to actually save enough to fund your own retirement. So what is the solution? Well, in today's the new age of business is network marketing. So network marketing can actually provide you with what we call residual income. So you can grow your team so that your team is working not only for themselves but also for you. And what that means is that you can make money while you're sleeping, because you can build up a team within Jeunesse within 120 countries around the world. So while I'm sleeping and Francesca and Marguerite are working on their business, that's benefiting me. And they build up their teams, and they're going to build up teams all around the world. And while they're sleeping, their teams are working and benefiting everybody as well. So it is the new age of business. And, millionaires around the world have been known to say that if they had to start again in business, they would actually choose network marketing. So you can actually create whatever lifestyle you're aiming for. If you're just after an extra few $100s a week, just a little bit more to go out, maybe go on a holiday once a year, that's fantastic. But if you're looking for absolute rock star income and you want to be one of the next Jeunesse millionaires, you can do that as well. So only in 5 years, Jeunesse has actually created about 70 millionaires, which is unheard of before in such a young company. So there's a massive global trend at the moment towards home business and direct sales. Avon and those sort of businesses have been around for 20, 30 years. But, at the moment, and it's mostly women are deciding that, no, they need to get out, they need to do something different, and they need to take charge. And so they're starting home businesses and direct sales. Having said that, the 3 top earners in Australia in Jeunesse are males. Okay, and that's because they can actually see the vision of Jeunesse and the long-term success that it's going to have. So 200 million people are expected to join the direct sales industry in the next decade. And that's actually more than have joined the industry in the last 50 years. So 2015 is going to be absolutely huge for not just direct sales, but for Jeunesse. And that's really due to the demand that we will have for our products because they are so unique. Out of every 5 homes in Asia, Africa operates a home-based business. So if you think about it, 1 out of every 5 of your next door neighbours is actually operating in a business from home. But, it might be a traditional business where they have lots of overheads. They have to work a lot of hours a week to make any kind of profit. So this is actually very, very different. So what we need to do is take notice of the industry products and trends, and that's what Jeunesse has done. The global anti-aging market is absolutely booming. If you think about it, if you ask yourself who wants to look younger and who wants to feel younger, you're not going to say, oh, no one I know. You're going to say everybody. 20% of all skincare sales come from the direct sales industry, and 80% of those reps are women. Having said that, again, you have to look at the leaders of the industries as well, and a lot of those are male. And, Aaron Biley, who's a diamond director here in Australia, once said to me, I never ever thought I'd be up on stage as a millionaire in a direct sales company that sells skincare. But he uses it every single day because it makes him look younger. And who doesn't want to look younger? Jeunesse is actually breaking records left, right and centre in the direct sales industry. So we are a registered member of the DSA, the Direct Sales Association, as are, Avon and those kinds of companies. But Jeunesse is actually on target to be the next billion-dollar brand. The company was actually founded in 2009. It opened in Australia about 2 years later, and it opened in South Africa only last year. So it's very new over there. It is debt-free and profitable, which means that there's no money going out to investors. It's all going to distributors, which is what the owners had in mind when they started this company. We are definitely leaders in product innovation. We've just had our Australian conference, and the developer, Dr. Nathan Newman, who's the developer of our skincare range, has said that there is no one even close to, copying or manufacturing the stem cell technology skincare that we have. So that is really, really exciting because we've just cornered the market on that and nobody will come close. So you can see here that Avon was entered into the Direct Sales Billionaires Club after 86 years on the market. And Tupperware, we all know Tupperware, 50 years, Amway, 21 years. Well, Jeunesse is actually on target to be in that Billionaires Club in just 6 years. So this year will mark the 6th year and we will actually be in that Billionaires Club. I have 100% belief of that. So these are some of the awards that we've actually won. As I mentioned before, the owners of the company, Wendy Lewis, she's been, in the Women of the Year awards for, I think, 3 years running now. She was actually voted top 20 most influential women in the industry. And we are the fastest growing private company in the Direct Sales Association. And we are the 3rd fastest growing company privately owned in all of America. So that's not just direct sales, that's all privately owned companies. Something that I really love about Jeunesse Global is that we've partnered with 2 charities that aims at underprivileged children. So we have Jeunesse Kids and we have Free the Children. And we can look into a bit more of those a bit later on, but Wendy and Randy, well, Randy especially, did came from a very, very poor background. So this, you know, these charities are very, very close to Randy's heart, and this is something that he will continue to fight for. So this is Wendy and Randy. You know, very, very smart people. Wendy has written a lot of compensation plans for lots of direct sales association members before. And Randy, very, very smart guy, used to write programs for NASA and was voted Florida Businessman of the Year. So these guys started this company when they were billionaires. So they didn't need more money, but they wanted to give back. And that's why they started Jeunesse. So why is Jeunesse taking the world by storm, and what is everybody talking about? What has Jeunesse got that no other company in the world has got? What makes us so unique? Well, it all started with Dr. Nathan Newman, who has actually worked in the anti-aging field for a very long time. He's a cosmetic surgeon, and he actually developed what we call a cellular rejuvenation serum. And he was selling that in his, you know, his cosmetic surgery, which is actually located in Beverly Hills, when Randy came in to have some stem cell injections into his knee. And Randy met with Dr. Nathan Newman. They got talking about this stem cell technology skincare, and at this time it was just the serum. And Dr. Newman said, you know, yeah, I sell about 4,000 of these a year. And Randy saw that opportunity and said, well, you know, let's increase that to 40,000. And at the moment it would be, I have no idea the number of serums that Jeunesse would sell every year. It would be astronomical. So we have an actual exclusive patent pending stem cell technology in our skincare. So there are no actual adult stem cells in the skincare. That's very important because all of our stem cells are actually unique to us. But within our stem cells, we have what's called growth factors. So they are the communicators of our stem cells. So they go into our skin, you know, ask our skin what needs repairing. It could be acne, it could be wrinkles, it could be dry skin, oily skin, whatever it is. And they will work with your stem cells at repairing that problem. So in our serum, we have 85% growth factors in our serum. So it has over 200 of those growth factors in there. So that's why we get such good and such amazing results. And this is the range. So we have a cleanser, we have the serum, we have 2 moisturizers, a day and a night moisturizer. The day cream actually has SPF 30 in it. We have a body cream because people were saying, you know, this serum is so good, but we don't want to use it all over our bodies because it's, you know, so expensive to be able to do that. So they came up with a body renewal cream, which does the same thing. It just has less of those growth factors in it. And we also have the ultimate lifting mask, which is quite amazing. So I'm not actually going to go through the individual products too much tonight. If you want to know more about them, just ask Francesca or Marguerite, and they'll be able to tell you a little bit more about them. I'm just aware that we've only got 40 minutes on this call tonight. So I want to show you some before and after pictures. And when you're looking at these, just imagine you showing these to potential, you know, people that are potentially going to join your team or to potential customers. And just imagine what they're thinking when you show them this. You know, they're going to think, how can a face cream possibly do this? And that's why Jeunesse is in such demand, because we have these photos coming in every single day. This is actually a burn on a woman's face. So we have these photos coming in every single day, and they're not professional photos. They're just taken at home by people who've been using the products. You know, this was only used on one hand. Pretty amazing stuff. This guy actually had really bad cystic acne brought on by severe stress in his life, and he had tried everything that the doctors could prescribe to him to improve his acne scarring. And the only thing that worked for him was the Jeunesse range. This is the ultimate lifting mask. So that's how it comes off. if you apply it correctly. It can take a bit of practice, but before and after photos of this, it does actually lift and tighten the skin, and seriously, your skin will feel absolutely beautiful after you've used this product. This woman actually worked for a different skincare company for 4 years before trying Jeunesse, and now she sells Jeunesse. Okay, so Instantly Ageless. This is one of the most exciting products I have ever seen. It is the biggest product ever to hit the direct sales industry, and it is exclusive to Jeunesse. So this is a big reason why 2015 is going to see Jeunesse become a household name. Instantly Ageless is an anti-wrinkle micro cream. So it comes in tiny little sachets of about 0.3 of a ml. And basically what it does is it makes wrinkles, lines, and under eye bags disappear within 2 to 3 minutes. So this is one woman. Obviously, she's used this on one eye and not the other. It really is like having a vacuum cleaner behind the eye. So you can see how Jeunesse is going to absolutely boom in 2015 and beyond with this product, and with the difference in the skin that our Luminous range makes for people. So Jeunesse doesn't actually pay, and never has paid for any advertising whatsoever. However, again and again and again, we keep seeing the Jeunesse range, mostly Luminous, featured in the beauty magazines. So it won't be long before Instantly Ageless is featured in magazines. It's already been on TV in America, and it's just going to go absolutely crazy. So now is the absolute perfect time to get into this business and start building your business, because we're not going to have another 2015. We're not going to have another product launch like Instantly Ageless. So you want to get in now, and you want to get those customers, and you want to be the first person to offer it to people so they repeatedly come back to you. We also have a nutrition range. So the nutrition range coupled with our skincare range creates the Jeunesse Youth Enhancement System. So our nutritional range was actually developed by Dr. Vince GM Papa, who has dedicated his career to anti-aging. So we have the AM/PM, which is basically supercharged vitamins. You won't find anything like it on the market. Reserve, this is one of my favorites. This is an antioxidant fruit blend, and it has as much resveratrol in this one little sachet as 100 bottles of red wine. I can't live without this stuff. Vitacell, really good if you're into fitness, really great for energy and muscle recovery. Finity, this product actually has been proven to extend our telomeres, which is what tells us how old we are in our cells. And the Zen Body, this is another product which has only just been launched in Australia. It's a fat loss system, but it helps you retain your lean muscle. And once you stop taking this, you're not actually going to put the weight back on, because your body has reset itself and your body has reset its metabolism. So again, this is going to be a game changer in the direct sales industry. And we are the only company with these products. So how can you get involved, and what are your options? Basically, if you are interested in finding out more information and how you can actually get started with your business, you need to speak to Francesca. You need to speak to Marguerite, okay? And they can put you in touch with leaders in Australia if you still want more information, but you can get started with them straight away. Basically, what you need to do is get your virtual business kit. So that gets you a website and what we call a back office reporting system. Then you choose your pack so that you can actually start using the products as well. And then you start earning financial rewards with Jeunesse, which is really quick and really simple. Okay, there are 6 streams of income. We're going to go through those really, really quickly because I know we're running out of time. The first one is retail profit. So you purchase at wholesale and sell at retail. That's pretty self-explanatory. We also have a customer acquisition bonus. So every time you sign a customer or a business builder, you get a bonus depending on what size package they have bought. And that goes straight into the wallet in your back office. We also have team commissions, and this is actually one of the most exciting aspects of the compensation plan, because every time you build your team, you're making money, but every time your team builds their team, you're making money as well. So you can actually earn up to $26,250 every week. Now, you might think that that actually sounds impossible, but we have got people in Australia doing that right now, and that is only one aspect of this compensation plan. Aaron Biley, who I mentioned before, who's the Diamond Director in Jeunesse Global, earned just over $100,000 this month. He's been in the business for just 3 years. We also have a leadership matching bonus, and as you can see by the steps there, the higher you get in what we call our ranks, the more that you make. Okay, so when you make Jade Executive, you're actually making a 20% match on what your first level team are doing. So you go up to the first light blue there, which is Ruby Director. You're making a 20% match on your first levels, 15% on your second, 10% on your third, and 5% on your fourth. So you can see how easy it is that this income is just going to build up really quickly for you. So the more that you're active in this business, the more that your team is active, the more money you will make. This business is actually really addictive. And I'm sure Marguerite and Francesca will actually, attest that it is really addictive and it's fun. We have a lot of fun. When you reach Diamond, you actually can participate in the Diamond bonus pool. So you get 3% of the company's CV, and that's distributed amongst the Diamond directors within Jeunesse. And I think Aaron and Craig and Lyndon from Australia actually got that this month, and it was something like $40,000. And that's just a once-off. So this slide here is a little bit out of date because we're actually opening in over 120 countries worldwide, and we're opening in new countries, every month. So you can see that, the opportunity here to grow your business worldwide is just really endless. We have an amazing back office system. We have amazing technology within Jeunesse. Something that I love is J Mobile. So you get your own mobile app and you can actually work your business straight from your phone. Other bonuses that we have, obviously our customer incentives. We have trips to win. I'm actually working right now towards winning my way to Singapore for the global conference in September. I've just been to Noosa, which is up in Queensland in Australia, a very tropical, beautiful location, and I won my way there in February. We have a massive amount of fun. The trips are actually not that hard to earn your way to, so as long as you're active in the business, you can really succeed in more ways than one. We also have a really, really good team support system. So you get your virtual business kit, you get your sign-up package, and basically what you do is you help your team to become executive and beyond. So you help your team to work through the system and to sign other people up. And the people that see this opportunity, the vision with Jeunesse, the people who really get it are the people who are going to just go crazy, talk to everyone about their story. The story is what sells this opportunity, and direct sales is going to become the norm. What we were talking about before with people working 9 to 5, that's not going to be normal in 50 years time, because it's just not sustainable. So Jeunesse has a product everybody needs and everybody wants. It's a global opportunity. It is your answer to this, for want of a better word, this really crappy economy. And it is a way to help others. You know, I get a huge amount of satisfaction out of helping other people make money from home and change their life. And we do feel like a family. This is one, you know, motto that the leaders of Jeunesse in America came up with: one team, one family, one Jeunesse. And it really does feel like that. It's something special to be a part of. And I think even if I wasn't making a lot of money from Jeunesse, I would still be part of it, because it is so much fun. And the people that I've met along the way will be lifelong friends forever. And, you know, that's one of the most important and the most wonderful things I've actually got from Jeunesse is the people that I've met along the way. And that includes Francesca and Marguerite all the way over there in South Africa. So Francesca, did you just want to share a little bit about your experience with Jeunesse so far?
There's a language barrier.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I only started like a month ago, so I've been using the product for a month, and I can already see the difference on my skin. Not sure if it's visible to other people yet. The bags are just due to lack of sleep, so I'm sure after my holiday they'll look better. The serum is unbelievable. It really changes your skin, and then I find people are interested in knowing more and more. You know, it's a new product for the people when I present it, and here they're stuck with the Dermalogica and Regima and those, you know, the Vita Derm, or the local ones, and that have been here for a few years. So it might take a little bit for the people to shift and understand the concept, or just try it. But hopefully it will work. Well, I'm working towards it. So.
It will work. And what about you, Marguerite?
Yes, Francie introduced this whole product and business opportunity 3 weeks ago to me. And I was extremely excited to read about it and learn about it, because it's so new to the South African market, and the whole stem cell technology medical side of it is quite exciting, and because it's